Hi, thanks for joining us today. We are here with Megan. Is it Racine? Is that how you say it?
Racine.
Just-
Whatever way you think is correct is correct. So, there's really no wrong way to say it.
What's the weirdest way somebody has pronounced your name?
Racine?
Racine?
Yeah.
Like with an H?
Yeah. Doctors do it.
Really?
Or they just like do Ray, and I'm like, okay, that's me. Because they don't actually say my full last name, but I've had someone call me like Megan Racine. I'm like, there's no H, but okay.
Interesting.
Sure, that's fine.
Interesting. Okay. Well, Megan Racine.
Mhm.
Good enough?
Good enough?
Okay. We'll get it right. We are here with her and we are going to find out a little bit about what it's like behind the scenes at Devoted Creations.
Ooh, I love this question.
So, walk me through what is a typical day in the office? Because I know that you guys travel like gypsies.
Yeah, so a typical day in the office is obviously answering a whole lot of emails, but I would say in every season is kind of a little different. So I definitely say in this season right now, which is product launch season, we are knee deep in testing fragrances, checking up on kind of the progress of where we're at with either designs, formulations, just tracking ingredients or labels, and of course testing all of our products, because we put a lot of different fragrances into testing per product. So we essentially have to tan every single day for like 3 months to be able to test everything. And there are some fragrances we don't get to test because we just run out of time. But that would be a lot of it. It's a lot of planning trainings, creating marketing materials, creating training materials, a lot of research. One of the things that I think I've grown to enjoy being in this position is the research side of it when it comes to either what's trending, ingredients in general, whatever we choose to put in products, just kind of trying to make it make sense for not only myself, but how do I incorporate that into speaking outwards to salon owners and sales associates to help make it make sense to them as well, because my brain can speak technically, but sometimes the way that I say it doesn't make sense. So just trying to breaking all that stuff down. It's a lot of that, a lot of just talking to our salon owners and our accounts and relationships and trying to find out what's new. One of the things that I'm actually currently working on is some new things for our 20-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
That's exciting.
It's nothing to do with me, but thanks. It's all to Devoted Creations starting in 2004. So we are actually reaching our 20th product launch season. So we have something I thought would be super cute is just kind of coming out with maybe not necessarily like a limited edition product, because we've done that before, but just some new fun limited edition items, because everyone loves something limited edition.
What about
They want what you can't have.
bringing back the first product that Devoted released?
Actually, we were talking to someone an old employee of ours actually was visiting in town in Tampa, and so she actually stopped by. We were talking to her about this idea that we had, and she was like, I remember my dad literally had the very first product sitting next to his desk for 10 years. It was like, I think it was like Purity, or I don't remember the name of it, but it was one of those, and I think Purity was one of the first 4, I know that. And it's not a bad idea. It wouldn't be, we'd have to do a lot of reformulations, but
Yeah, things have changed so much since
things
then.
have changed. European regulations are very, very strict. So.
Well, and things have improved. So,
yes,
I mean,
definitely.
if you brought it back, it'd be like, oh, well.
There wasn't a whole lot of skincare, so we can't bring back like the old Devoted Creations.
Right.
We have to revamp it into what Devoted Creations is now.
Speaking of skincare, oh my gosh, I am still a huge fan of the Halo Beam Cream. Have to use it every day.
I love
that is my go-to absolute fave. In fact, I just did makeup for homecoming this last weekend.
Ooh.
And that was my base product before I started every application. And every single girl that I put it on was like, oh, what is this? I have got to have it, so
I love that.
pretty exciting.
Our facial products are some of our best sellers, and we love them. Especially Honey Gleam Cream, but especially Halo Beam Cream.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, it's just been getting better and better, and I don't know how you can top it. Any ideas of branching out into more of a beauty line?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's probably something that might have crossed our minds at one point, but because this industry is, and I've only been in the industry on this side of it for 3 years, but I've been in tanning since 2016, and I worked at just a tanning salon. Now they've incorporated hybrid beds, and some of them have airbrush tanning versus booth tanning or booth sprays, and definitely this industry is moving on a more wellness spa side of it.
Yes.
So the skincare.
With the red light and blue light and
green light and yellow light and all the different types of light. And then there's infrared, which is, I think, I wouldn't say it's new in our industry, but it's definitely new to, I think, a lot of the manufacturers, especially with lotion, because we got asked and I'm like, don't know what infrared is. Like, I know what infrared is, but I don't know what infrared is at the same time. So it's kind of just making it is it going to be a product that makes sense? Because we don't want to create anything that's not going to make sense. So a beauty side or a beauty line is not something that's probably out of pocket idea. Maybe in the future.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking, you have all of these prep products before you tan, whether it's sunless or UV. You have body washes and things that work hand in hand so that they're not, depleting what you need on your skin or getting rid of your tan, your face. That's, I'm just saying, like, me personally being in love with your products, I would
kill
love
for a
it
Devoted
if you guys
Creations
did it.
line. Oh, I know.
Oh yes, I would be devoted.
And devoted always. One of the biggest things too that we like to focus on and try to get across with the whole tanning skincare side of it is every single tanning lotion can tan you. Like, there's one ingredient and every lotion manufacturer uses it, and it's not like there's different variations of it. Like, there might be, but every product has tyrosine in it at some point. So every lotion's going to tan you, but what's going to make one different than another, obviously besides price, is going to be the skincare inside of it. And I actually just did microneedling on Saturday, and
skin looks great, by the way.
Thank you, I love that. Wedding prep. And when it comes to your skin and you do all these treatments at like a med spa, you only do it on an isolated area. Yeah. So one of the biggest things that I try to get across with our products is you're taking care of your entire body, and your skin is your largest organ. So if I could do microneedling to my whole body, I would. However, I don't have a spare $5,000 to just microneedle my whole body. So.
Well, and not to bring up another product, but we did just bring in a new skincare line that is used by like dermatologists and stuff. And they were going over the ingredients, and I was just floored by how many of the ingredients are things that have been in Devoted Creations for years.
Oh!
So as they're training our reps on these products and they're mentioning, they're all like, yep, check. Like, it's in Devoted. So there you go. Like, if you want good skincare, Devoted's, it's got it in there, and it has for a long time. So,
and we like to stay up on trends. Like, we want to use ingredients that are going to sound interesting. Like, our new ingredients this year, a lot of them are actually 3 out of the 4 of them that we're considering new are trademarked. So you can look them up yourself and basically just kind of see what they can do, what's in it, and the research that we have found behind it. So one of them is the first plant-derived ingredient that helps with sunspots and white spots of the skin.
Oh, wow.
It's a very common, I guess, what's the word? Like, common concern, like skin concern among a lot of tanning clients is white spots. I personally have them. They're sunspots.
Right.
So it's like, if the more you tan, the more prominent they are. And it's like, does it look weird? Do you look like a speckled lizard? Kind of. So some people might. I sometimes do. If the more I tan, the darker and the more prominent they get. But this is the first plant-derived ingredient, and that is from the company itself. So it's not like we're making things up. You can find the same exact research that we find.
Wow. I can't imagine how much money and time goes into
lots of time
creating these products. I mean, I know from a marketing side, just when you're getting ready to launch a product, everything that goes into just the marketing side, and you've got everything that comes before that. Mm-hmm. Like, it just seems insane.
You go down a lot of rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Of finding ingredients and things. Like, we, as a team, we come up with a whole bunch of different ingredients that we want to either do more research on or we think that is going to be interesting. We send them all to brand development, and then it's just like a week of going through ingredients, because it's not so much like the time that needs to happen. You just you start, you can't stop, because you're like, what are all these things? And so we have a giant list of ingredients, and we go through them together, and it's like, okay, do we need this? Does it sound interesting? Does it sound cool? Or does something sound cooler that might be newer, or that do we already use something that's like this? So it's a very long process, but it's a fun process. And I didn't know the whole way that all of this stuff happened until I got on this side of it, and it is so beyond interesting. Like, I wish I could tell you everything, but I can't. But I wish, because it is just so fascinating that you get to be a part of it from the very first idea to the final finished product.
Well, one thing I do want to commend you guys on is your presence on TikTok, because, well, I mean, from somebody in the industry, when you watch these videos, there's so many horrible products out there that, you know, oh, it's my favorite, you know, and then, you know, as a young person, you know, like my daughter and her friends, they see this and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the hot product, I've got to get it. And I'm like looking at it and I'm like, these ingredients are horrible. Like, don't use this, you know?
It's tough.
So, I mean, I love that you guys have a presence on there and you're, you know, educating people on what's good and, you know, tanning responsibly. So
yeah, we definitely try. Our social team, I'm not part of because I don't know how to do that, but they do a really good job at it, at photos and videos and sourcing our influencers who just love tanning to begin with. They don't necessarily have that we would love for them to love Devoted Creations, but a lot of it's just those who love to tan.
Yeah.
And I think post-COVID was when I started paying attention, but I think post-COVID a lot of people in general just got a little bit more aware and more conscious of what's in things, what they're putting on their bodies, what they're putting in their bodies, and so people became very ingredient focused. So I think it's definitely, there's a lot of things that people look at when it comes to that, and so those that have the education behind it is good to help promote healthy tanning and safe tanning and all of that.
I imagine being an influencer would be like having Christmas every day, like, you know, like, here, take some pictures, but I'm going to give you this product, and you're like,
yeah,
you know, it's like, yeah, okay. So speaking of new products, for 2024, I know you can't divulge too much because, you know, well, the secret's still.
You can divulge a large amount. We're almost done. So,
give us one little nugget of something exciting coming from Devoted.
Oh, a little nugget. Can I do like 5 nuggets? Because there's there's so many. Obviously, all of our designs are still fun. We try to do a lot of just eye-catching things, color schemes, and we're not so much moving away from the color pink, but obviously pink's our signature color. But if we could have everything pink and glitter, we would, but that doesn't sell to majority of our clients.
Well, I mean, Barbie just kind of
that is true.
Furthers the trend.
That is true. There are a lot of Barbie themes out there. But we are just really looking at adding what's needed. And we've taken in some interest from our clients that every year we try to do something that's really requested. And something was adding a gallon to our solution, I guess, lineup of products that was highly requested. So we're super excited about that one. And a new leg product, which is really exciting.
Oh, I am so excited about that.
I'm so excited for that too, because it's in the Devoted Creations fashion. It's obviously multi-use, but it is something that is needed. We did discontinue our only leg product, and it was something that we needed, but we put the little Devoted Creations twist on it. And we have a new multi-use accelerator that is for all types of light on the electromagnetic spectrum.
Wow.
So that was also a very highly requested product of ours, and we had to do a lot of research to make it make sense. And we're not going to, like I said, we're not going to come out with a product to where it's like useless.
Right.
So we have to do the research to make sure that it's something that is going to make sense for a lot of clients. And infrared light is not necessarily new in our industry, but I think it's something that the Band-Aid hasn't been ripped off to have all of the information.
Right.
So that was fun doing research on, because I don't know a whole lot about infrared light, but I do now. So,
well, we may have to have a discussion just about infrared light therapy.
Okay. I'll tell you what I learned from Google.
Well, Megan, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us a little inside sneak peek to 2024 Devoted. We're always happy to have you here and hope you come back real soon.
Well, thanks for having me, and we're excited to see what everyone thinks about our Devoted 2024 lineup.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.